Hello, guys. Welcome. Happy Wednesday. How's everyone doing today? I'm Amy with Lily Bean Designs, and I am going to be painting a fun little bunny shelf sitter for you guys today. So come on in and let me know what's going on today and where you're watching from. I even, look how ahead I am, y'all. I even have like paint on my plate ready. I am on my game today, right? All right, let's see. Let me make sure I can see your comments. If y'all didn't get the text notification that I was going live, make sure and text the number at the bottom of the screen right there so that you will get notified when I get ready to go live. And I'm just getting some white paint out because I'm going to need some white here in a little bit. Good morning, good afternoon. Thank y'all for sharing, sprinkling. Thank you for the stars. I greatly appreciate it. When you sprinkle my videos and comment sprinkled, you get entered to win a free file each month. So be sure and sprinkle and comment that you did. I appreciate that. All right. So we are painting this bunny shelf sitter, and I'm going to do some polka dots. Where'd my top go? Today. And we're going to chat about SVG Clubhouse. Some of you guys are already in SVG Clubhouse. Some of y'all just joined yesterday or maybe even this morning. And I'm so glad to have you. And I know y'all have been waiting to see this painted. So I hope you enjoy this project. I enjoyed making it. I thought it was really fun the way the pieces all fit in here together. This is cut out of 1/8" birch. So I order my birch from a supplier on Amazon. I don't have a link right at the moment, but I will say that the price has been going up and up and up for wood, even the 1/8" wood. So I have not been getting a very good price on this. So actually, if you have a good price on buying at least like 20 sheets of this at a time in the Glowforge size, 12 by 20 sheets, please let me know because I'm actually looking for a supplier because I need to order some more. Brenda, yay, Brenda joined. She says she's happy to be part of the SVG Clubhouse. Okay, so if y'all don't know, the SVG Clubhouse is my private membership group. We are open for new members this week. We'll be closing the doors on Sunday night. So you have a few more days to join. We are offering some bonus files all week this week. I'm going to paint this base white, I believe. This is the base. So everything's cut out of 1/8". So this is the base, and then this is the piece that sits on top of the base, and it's got the slots in it so that you can fit all the pieces in. So we're gonna paint. Well, you know what? Actually, I can probably glue this on and then paint them both together. Let me just do that. That'll be easier than having to paint stuff that's going to get covered up. So let me do that. We'll just go ahead and attach this piece. I put this together, but I haven't like attached it yet. I put it together just to take a picture of it unfinished for the Clubhouse members. If you're not familiar with SVG Clubhouse, I'm going to tell you a little bit about it. So we are a membership group where you get monthly SVG files to cut out with your laser or Glowforge. Everything is sized to fit Glowforge sheets of wood. So if you have a Glowforge, you don't have a big laser, you don't have to like move pieces around and resize everything. Excuse me, everything. That being said, if you want to cut things bigger or put multiple pieces on a sheet, you certainly can do that. I have 2 lasers. I have a Glowforge and a Thunder laser, so I try to cater to both. One thing that we're starting this month is all of our door hangers are going to be offered in both the full size. Like normally my door hangers are about 18 to 20 inches on the longest side. So all of my door hangers are going to be available so that the backer is that big solid piece, but it's also going to, I'm going to give you a version that's split so that if you have a Glowforge and you don't have a pass-through door or you don't want to fiddle with your pass-through door, you can cut the split, and I'll show you what I mean by that. This is the door hanger that we painted for February. So if you join, this is one of the files that you get for February. So we painted this. I painted this live last week. So you can go back on my page and see that video if you want to. But see the row of daisies that go across the front that are raised, like a raised attachment? They conceal this puzzle piece configuration back here where you can put the door hanger together in 2 pieces. So that way you can cut this out without without a pass-through door, okay, and then piece it together. And then, like I said, if you want to just cut out one solid piece because you have the capacity to do that with a big laser, you also get that version as well. So thank y'all for sprinkling. I appreciate it. Yeah, Bonnie, I do. The tip of the stick fast does get a little bit gunky. I have a big fat safety pin over here that I don't even know where it came from. And I don't know why I'm trying to show it to you. This big gunky, it's got glue and paint all over it. This safety pin that I just kind of keep right there next to me. I don't know, Diane. I don't know why you don't have a button. That's weird. Maybe you have to go back out and refresh your screen. I have no idea. I don't have some buttons of mine don't show up on Facebook sometimes. My my followers on my page are not able to post a picture in the comments still, and Facebook has been telling me that they're fixing it for weeks and it's not fixed. So that's frustrating. So I don't know why certain buttons don't show up for certain people. I wish I could control that. Hey, Laura, how are you? I hope everybody is having a good afternoon or morning wherever you are. This is white chalk paint, y'all. This is just, what brand is it? Waverly? Yeah, this is Waverly white chalk paint. Sometimes I get the Home Decor brand, just depending on what store I'm at. I don't always paint my edges. I'm just going to go ahead and paint these because I don't feel like trying to keep them neat and tidy. So I'm just going to go ahead and paint them. But for my door hangers, I don't usually paint my edges. So SVG Clubhouse, you guys, if you are interested in joining, you get four files every month. And the files are always you get a full-size door hanger, you get a tiered tray set, you get a shaker set, and you get a something different, like another different thing doesn't fall in those categories, which is what this is. This is a shelf setter. So you get 4 files every month, and you also get all the marketing photos, blank and finished. So you can just jump right in and grab the pictures and start advertising to your customers. You don't have to make everything ahead of time. It kind of, I try to make things simple for y'all. I try to help out the people who are business owners trying to make a side hustle with their laser machine. So this group is just supposed to make it super simple for you to go ahead and have all the busy work done for you every month. If you are a business owner with a little side hustle and you are just, struggling to find time to get it all done, this group makes it super simple for you. If you're a beginner and you just don't know where to get started and you're overwhelmed with laser projects and files that you see, this is also a good place to get started because we just, we give you goals each month. You got the files, you got all the pictures. You can say, okay, I'm going to make this project this month and I'm going to do something I haven't done before. I've never made a shaker, so I'm going to try that and try something different. I've never done a 3-dimensional project, so I'm going to try that. It just gives you some different things to kind of make you step outside your comfort zone and learn some new techniques. We also do a virtual paint party each month where I make one of the projects live for y'all, just like I'm doing right now. And one of the biggest perks of the group that everybody likes is that they get 50% off of all my files in my Etsy shop all the time. So if you buy my files anyway, and you're a group member, then you automatically get a 50% off discount that you can use. It's unlimited. You can use it anytime on as many files as you want. So that's one of the favorite perks of the group. You get access to a private Facebook group where we all share pictures and ideas. We have a membership portal where you can log in and access all your files. And what else do? We do all kinds of things in the club. The bonus files. So each time I open the doors to new members, which is only about 4 times a year, the doors are open right now. And when I open the doors, I offer bonus files. So in addition to the 4 files that you get each month, you also get bonus files when you join. And the people who are already in the club always get the bonuses. So they get very excited when we open the doors because they know they're going to get a bunch of bonus files. And so they just got those emailed to them on Tuesday morning when we opened. We opened the doors yesterday. If you joined yesterday, there were 5 bonuses that you could qualify for. Every day that you wait, a bonus goes away. So if you join today, there's still 4 bonus files that you get access to when you join. So you don't want to wait another day if you're thinking about joining, because you want to grab as many bonuses as you possibly can. The cost is only $15 a month, which is a phenomenal deal. Kristen, the bonus files come in your email. So if you just joined, then your welcome email will have the bonus files in there along with all the regular monthly files. If you're already a member, then you got an email Tuesday morning that had all the bonus files in it. I forgot to mention, you also get a supply list each month, guys, that has clickable links. All the paint colors are listed for you, and clickable links to where you can buy any supplies that we use that you might, have trouble finding. Like if we're using a specific, kind of wood bead or some ribbon or twine or just paper, scrapbook paper, something like that. It gives you the list, the colors, the clickable links to everything. So all the work is done for you. I'm trying to find a baby wipe. So we do lots of fun stuff. Phenomenal deal for $15 a month. We have a wonderful community of crafters. Everyone is very kind. Everyone is helpful. We don't have drama in there. Just really, really enjoy it. There's a link in the video description of this video that I'm doing right now where you can sign up. So if you want to sign up, just click the link in there. Yeah, Bonnie, are you telling Kristen it'll be a link in the email? So when you get your email, Kristen, there's always there are art easels. Okay, so like they're little colorful pictures of art easels, and it'll say click here for the February files, or click here. That's where you click, and if you click on the little easel, then it opens up and you get access to all of those things. So just look in your email. If you have any questions, or if you did not get your email, because when you first join, sometimes we have people who maybe the email went to the wrong email address, like they signed up under their husband's PayPal account and it's going to their husband's email and they just don't realize that, or it's going to your junk folder or your spam folder, or gosh, Gmail has some folder called important that I didn't even know existed, because I have Gmail and it's called an important folder. And I don't know why, but Gmail just puts it there. And that's where some of my stuff was going. So check around those other folders just to make sure. And then add SVG Clubhouse, excuse me, to your contacts. So that way, every time we send you an email, then it'll show up where it's supposed to. Thank you, Bonnie, for saying that. It's very sweet. Yes, it is a tax-deductible expense. I don't think I've ever said that before. It is a tax-deductible expense. If you run a business and you join the club, you could certainly deduct the membership fee. Gosh, I wish I could deduct some membership fees I belong to, like the gym that I don't go to, things like that, from my taxes. Sherry, yes, this is cut from one sheet. Wait a minute, I believe. I cannot remember off the top of my head for sure. I think this is all on one sheet, but I'm not 100% sure. I would have to open up my Lightburn and look at the file. So I'm sorry, I can't tell you that off the top of my head right now. Let's see if I miss any other questions. Oh, good, Kristen, you found the easels. Very good. Yep, they're all there. Okay, so I'm going to paint this grass green. This grass should be at Easter time, right? We hope the grass is green by Easter, I guess, depending on where you live. So I am using Deco Art Green Tree. I feel like that is a nice, pretty spring green color, and it has nice coverage. I love finding paint colors that have nice coverage, because nobody likes to paint multiple coats of paint, right? That's super boring. It got very quiet in here all of a sudden. I wish I could hear y'all talking sometimes. I feel like when I'm live, it's weird because I'm just kind of talking out loud to myself. And I get off here and I feel like I have just talked and talked and talked. It's almost like my talker is tired. I'm a quiet person by nature, but I feel uncomfortable voids with idle chatter, as they say. So I know I watch some lives where people will just sit and paint and they're not talking a whole lot, and I'm like, I can't do that. I have to find something to talk about, or else it feels weird and awkward. Yes, Kristen, red is cut and black is score. And every once in a while, you'll see a blue that's usually engrave. And then sometimes you can pick if you want to make something that is engraved, if you just would prefer to score it because you don't want to, maybe you have a slower machine. I love my Glowforge, but they are slower than the big lasers. I mean, they take more time to engrave. They do a beautiful job at it, but it does take a while to engrave something. So some of the files, if you just score it, it still turns out pretty, depending on the file. There are some files out there that you can get away with scoring instead of engraving, and it still has a very nice effect. All right, so we've got 3 grass pieces here, and then we're going to do some polka dotted bunnies. Kristen, my laser, when I first got it, that's just what my files all were. They were all, I don't even remember where I was getting my files. They were all red cut and black with score. And that's just the way I've always done my files. I don't know if other people do it that way because I really don't buy other files. I haven't bought someone else's file in a while to know if other people are doing, like if black is cut in their files. But generally speaking, for mine, red is cut, black is score. All right, so here's our little pieces of grass that are going to be layered on there, and then we're going to go ahead and paint our bunnies. Sharon, these are DecoArt paints. I typically paint with DecoArt Americana acrylic paints. I love them. They go on nice. I feel like they're better quality than the Apple Barrel. There are some colors that Walmart makes the Apple Barrel that are, well, I don't know if Walmart makes Apple Barrel, but I know you buy it at Walmart. There are some colors that, let me think which of these I want to. Okay, I'm going to start with my favorite because 2 of these are going to be the same color. So I'm going to do Sea Breeze on this first bunny. But yeah, they have good thick coverage for most of the colors. You still have to do a base coat of white under some colors. I feel like whenever I do yellow, it doesn't really matter what brand of paint I buy. I usually go ahead and do white underneath it just because it's going to make that yellow much prettier and more vivid. Okay, so let's do this last, well, you know what? We're going to go ahead. I'm not sure what colors I'm using. I have a little reference sheet over here, but I'm actually not using those exact colors. I have a Valentine shirt on and I'm doing an Easter project. Did y'all notice that? Oh, you found Sea Breeze at Michael's? I haven't been to Michael's in a while because Hobby Lobby is just closer to me, so I end up there. But I love Sea Breeze. Sea Breeze is my favorite. I keep forgetting I already have paint squirted out. I keep trying to squirt more paint out. Sea Breeze is my favorite color. So if you look around my house, I have a lot of aqua. I love aqua. So Seabreeze is probably my favorite color that DecoArt makes. And I was trying to get up to Hobby Lobby yesterday and I didn't make it. So I'm hopefully going to go this afternoon when I get off of here. And I need to get some paints that I'm getting low on. And I always grab a Seabreeze because I go through so much of it. And I'm going to be looking for those gumball machines, you guys. So I don't think I explained, by the way, that when I talked about the bonus files, that this is the bonus file for today. So if you sign up today, or if you signed up yesterday, or if you were already a member, you qualify for this bonus file. But after today, this bonus file will be gone. So if you want this project, today is the last day to grab it. Now, I do sell, I don't ever sell any of the Clubhouse files outside of the Clubhouse, okay? They never go out for sale on my Etsy shop. They are, what happens in the Clubhouse stays in the Clubhouse. But the following month after they're released, the bonus files do go up for sale in the Clubhouse. So if you're a recent member and you did not qualify for some of the bonuses, you can purchase them the next month. So if you got in too late to get bonuses this time, you can purchase them at the beginning of March. They'll go for sale. And if you join and you see past month's files that you like, that you missed, you can also purchase those as well. But again, you have to be a group member. I don't sell any group files outside of the Clubhouse at any time. It's one of the perks. So you can get some unique files that you don't see all over Etsy. Oh, I meant to do white under that yellow before I put it on my brush. Here, let me just rinse my brush back off. I'm going to do white, and then I'm going to do some yellow on top of that. Okay. Making sure I'm not missing your questions. If you have any questions, feel free to comment or email me at amy@lulubeandesigns.com. The link to sign up for the club is in this video description, or you can go straight to svgclubhouse.com to sign up. We have all sorts of fun things planned. This is a great time of year to get in because you're getting in right before all of the bright, cheerful spring projects. We do definitely try to stay a season ahead so that you have your files in plenty of time if you're a business owner. That's why we're doing bunnies in January, because I want to give the files to my members in plenty of time for them to get things made for their spring craft fairs. So we always work a season ahead. We did Valentine's Day last month, and we are doing spring this month. And I also sometimes pop in the group and just offer you random little bonuses here and there as well. Like last month, I gave a file for some easels to my members. Oh, it is February. Thank you. It's not January anymore. I keep forgetting. Thank goodness, because I am so ready for spring. It's February 2nd. January, I saw this meme the other day that said, we finally made it. January was a long year, but we made it. And I'm like, oh my gosh, that's so true. It felt like January was its own year. It was just so long and cold. All right, this paint color is Purple Cow. And I love it. I say that about just about every DecoArt color, that I love it, because I do. I think they are just very high quality paint. That is non-sponsored. I do not have any kind of sponsorship with DecoArt. I probably should, but I don't. I just love their paint. If you guys are looking for any supplies that I use in my videos, you can go to my website, lulubeandesigns.com, and go to my favorite supplies. And I've got an Amazon storefront where I list all the products that I use in my videos. All right, so we've got our purple cow. And then let's do, I was going to do a green bunny, but I kind of don't want to do green because the grass is green. So this is going to be yellow. So maybe I'll do a pink that's brighter than that pink. I wonder if that would look right, because this color is called cactus flower, and it's like a light salmon. Or you know what, wait, you know what I could do? Never mind, I'm not going to do that. I'm going to do, if I have a color that will work, I'm looking for a light blue. Whispering turquoise. This is one of the colors I need to replenish. I need to go get this at Hobby Lobby today. Nancy, this is cut from 1/8" birch. I'm not sure what you mean. You said, did you get them cut out? I cut them out with my laser. Karen, the monthly membership is $15 a month. Okay, we're going to do some light blue on this bunny. And this is Whispering Turquoise. Such pretty bright Easter colors. I just try to grab all the pastels. You could also grab some, I was going to say you could Mod Podge some scrapbook paper on here, but after all the videos I've been watching this week on TikTok, where people are using saran wrap to basically do what they used to be doing with Mod Podge, I think I'm going to be hooked when I do it. I'm actually going to try that technique on one of our bonus projects. I think it's the one tomorrow or the next day. Let me show you the other bonuses. So, all right, so you see today's bonus. Tomorrow's bonus is this, which is going to be a challenging paint job. This is a rattan frame that has 10 interchangeable pieces that pop in and out of the bottom of the frame. So we're going to be painting this tomorrow live. I'm not doing the saran wrap on this. I'm doing it the next day. This is the bonus project for Friday. So we're doing the Hello Spring sign, and I'm going to try to do that technique behind the Hello Spring with some scrapbook paper. And then Saturday, the last bonus project that we're offering is going to be this birthday wishes sign with the bicycle and the balloons on Saturday. And then after Saturday, we are still open on Sunday until midnight, but there's no bonuses left. So if you want all these bonuses I'm showing you, you need to go ahead and sign up today to get all of those. Because each day that passes, one of them gets dropped. So let me get that off the screen. And let me get your comments back up here. Okay. I can't see, someone is asking, are the colors listed somewhere? I can't see your name. You need to let StreamYard use your name. There should be like a little pop-up that says allow StreamYard to share your name. And then I can see who you are because it just says Facebook user. So for the monthly projects in my group, in my SVG Clubhouse group, you get a supply list with all the colors each month. This is a bonus file though. So I don't have a supply list for the bonus files, but I have told you in this video what the colors are. So you can always watch in the replay and jot the colors down. All right, I'm going to go back and paint this bunny yellow. But yes, for all the monthly files, you get a supply list with the paint colors that I use. And someone else asked, how many times do I go live? I go live usually a couple times a week, and then I go live in the group as well, in the Clubhouse group. This color yellow, I don't think I said what it is. It is bright yellow, and it's also a Deco Art Americana color. All right, so then I think for this last one, I'm going to go back and I'm going to do one more of my favorite Sea Breeze, and then we'll do our polka dots. Bonnie, I love the birthday wishes one too. I just was beside myself with that one. We did a version of that one last spring in the group where the basket has flowers in the front. And so I revamped it this year, and I put, instead of the flowers, I put a present in the front, and then I added the balloons on the back and made it into a birthday sign. I think this is going to be too close to do blue again next to this. I don't think I'm going to do that. I think I'm going to do pink instead. Let me wipe this off. I don't want two blues that are that close to each other. Let me get what I can off of here with a baby wipe, just so it's not hard to paint pink on top of that. Another towel. Nancy, I have a Glowforge Pro and a Thunder laser. My Thunder laser is a 30, I'm forgetting, a 35. The Nova 35. So it's 35 inches wide and 20, it's like 36 inches wide, but the workspace is 35, and then it's 24 inches deep. But really the depth is unlimited because you have pass-through doors. So you're really not limited to that direction. And I love both of them for different reasons. I love the Glowforge because it's compact, it's pretty. It sits in my craft room. I don't have to go out into my hot or cold garage, depending on what time of year it is, and power up a very loud, smelly machine. I can just get a small project knocked out in my craft room. But I love my Thunder laser because it is very powerful, and I can crank out some things in no time flat, and I can cut large projects. And I can cut thicker items. I can engrave. The bed is deeper. You can lower the bed so you can engrave thicker things. You can put thick cutting boards and things down in there. You can do tumblers if you buy the accessory to do the tumblers. I don't have that accessory, but you can purchase a tumbler accessory. Yes, Nancy, you can do these on the Glowforge. Absolutely. This is a very simple Glowforge project. All right, so we're going to do some polka dots. So I'm going to just take a little bit of white from my palette over here, and I'm going to lighten these colors up a little bit. So we're going to start with the Sea Breeze, and I'm going to take some white, and I'm going to just mix it in here and lighten up this color. I want my polka dots to be just a little bit lighter. Grab some more. One of the things on my list today is a squirt bottle of white paint, because that's going to make this a little bit easier. Because I've run out of my squirt bottle, and I just have the big, like the tub. Nancy, you're trying to make the plunge on a Glowforge. It's well worth it. It's absolutely awesome. It's a great starter machine. I mean, some people, you know, that's what they use, and they don't ever move up from that machine. That they love the Glowforge, and you don't ever need anything bigger if that works for you. Some people, it's a stepping stone to a bigger, more powerful machine later on down the road. All right, I'm using a sponge pouncer, and I'm just going to make some polka dots on my bunnies. I'm pushing down and I'm going about half a turn. And I'm making sure that I go off the edge a little bit so it doesn't look weird. All right, so there's my, I probably need, let me get, I don't have any, where are my sticky notes? I need a sticky note is what I need. I've got one way over here. I feel like I need a polka dot right here, but I don't want to get it on my pink. So I'm taking a sticky note. And then maybe one, the edge of one right there. Okay, perfect. I did get a little bit, let me touch up my pink. And it looks like I touch purple as well. Got a little paint bleed on there. All right. I meant to bring a bowl in here so I could rinse out these little sponge pouncers. Nancy, to cut this project, you would not need a pass-through door, but that depends on what you plan on using your machine for. If you want to cut something bigger than the Glowforge bed, then yes, you're going to need the Glowforge Pro that has a pass-through door. Okay, let me touch up my paint just a tad. I go through a lot of paper towels and baby wipes, that's for sure. All right, this ear needs to be a little bit brighter because that was blue originally. And got blue on here, blue up here, just some touch-ups. And then my purple just needed a little touch-up. Somehow I got yellow on there. Okay, now I can continue with the polka dotting. Can you make those to sell or just for yourselves? You can make any of my files you can make for yourself or to sell. As long as you're not selling the file. If you're selling the blank or the painted project, then yeah, absolutely, you can sell them. Okay, I think I might need a little bit more cactus flower. And I'm going to lighten up that color. Oh, thank you so much. I think it's going to be really cute when it's done. It always takes more white to lighten up a color than I think it's going to. I think that's going to be okay. Y'all probably can't even see this. I'm just lightening up my colors on this plate. All right. Take my little sponge pouncer and we're going to go ahead and make our polka dots on that color. I'm trying to use my little Post-it note here to get them off the edge. There we go. Cute. All right, and then we'll do our little pink one on the end here. Just trying to justify the cost. Yeah, it is an expensive machine. Um, Most people that buy them, I think the plan is to sell some of their items rather than just make it for personal use. But a lot of times it's a stepping stone to a craft business. I think a lot of people have launched businesses after purchasing a Glowforge because they see all the cool stuff they can make. I know that buying a laser really launched my business. I had a vinyl business before I bought my laser. And I sold glasses and tumblers and shirts and tote bags and all of that cut out on my Silhouette machine. First, I had a Cricut, and then down the road, I got a Silhouette machine. But the laser was a game changer because I feel like I was able to make enough income with a laser that I could not make in the time that it took to make the vinyl projects. I could make a lot more laser cutouts and sell those. And I was able to walk away from my job and just do this full time, which was amazing. I was a labor and delivery nurse for many years. And I was able to do my craft business and stay home with my kids. My kids aren't little anymore, of course. They're teenagers. They're actually technically adults now. But having a craft business did enable me to at least work part-time and then eventually step away from my other job, which was very nice. Okay, we're going to do yellow polka dots. Let's mix a little white in with our yellow. Or you could just use a lighter shade if you have a lighter shade. I do have a lighter shade of yellow, but I'm trying to use up the paint that I've put on this plate and not be too wasteful today. It's pretty. I'm making like a banana yellow color. Paint blending is kind of therapeutic, I feel like. I need a bigger plate. I'm running out of room though. All right. I have to concentrate and get all quiet when I'm doing this part. There we go. All right. That is turning out pretty good. A buffalo check pattern would also be very cute. This is what we have so far. So we just have 2 more polka dotted bunnies to make. Nancy, you would have to really ask a lot of questions if you were planning on doing a used machine. I would want to know how many hours the machine was used. I would want to see it in use. I want to know if it was clean, if it was still maybe under warranty. Lots of questions because it's still an expensive machine. Rinsing this out without being next to my sink is kind of a pain, this little sponge thing. Normally I would rinse it out of my sink, and I'm trying to do it without running water, and I'm getting like watery paint everywhere. Okay, let's do some light purple. Yeah, if I had a sink in my craft room, life would be. I mean, my sink's right in the kitchen, right next to here, but I don't want to like get up and keep getting up and rinsing out while I'm trying to do this live for y'all. probably too much white. Now I'm going to have a really light purple. Let's see. I'm getting dangerously close to having colors touch here because my plate is running out of space. Like I've always said, the way you do things live and the way you do things if you weren't live are two very different things. I'm trying to not take up too much of your time, and I'm trying to not keep getting up and going and grabbing things that I would normally grab if I was just doing this a normal way. So if you're wondering why I do things a certain way, sometimes it's just because I'm live. Okay, so we're going to paint our, let's start down here. Try to have a little bit of a different polka dot pattern. I thought last trying to freehand a buffalo check pattern for y'all. And then I thought better because I haven't done buffalo check in a long time. And I think this would have been a little bit of a complicated one to do with so many different colors. But I will do some buffalo check in the near future for y'all. I haven't done it in a while. All right, one more time of trying to rinse this sponge out without a sink and making a big mess so we can get some blue. Thank you, Linda. Oh, there goes my camera, y'all, as if on cue. I'll fix it. If you know, you know. If you're one of my regulars, you know that this happens every single time. I have no explanation. I have no solution. All right, hold on. This is an extra phone that I have. I don't know if I've ever told y'all this story about my extra phone. I mean, I act like this is some kind of like really interesting story. It's really not. Basically, I have AT&T. AT&T, I hope you're not listening. If you are, I know what to tell you because I tried. My daughter switched phone colors, and I can't see. Hold on. After we had ordered phones, we're almost good here, y'all. Hold on. We're getting there. Let me flip this camera so it's not upside down for y'all before I put it up on the screen. All right. So we had ordered new phones. This was a couple years ago. And she switched the color she wanted. No. I'm sorry. She did not switch the color she wanted. They didn't have the color she wanted. So they had to switch the color. And they said, the other color that you did want, we can get it, but it's going to take a couple of months. And we're like, we can't wait like months for a phone. You know, we have no phone. So they said, okay, we'll switch it. You'll get the new one in like 2 days, but the old one will still come. It'll just come in like 2 months. You're going to need to return it when it comes. We can't stop the shipment. I'm like, okay, that's fine. You know, I swear to y'all that I tried to return this phone. And it was one of those situations where computers just cause weird things to happen because they could not find this phone in the system to take it back from me. Okay. In person, I went in person. They couldn't find it. I called. They couldn't do it over the phone. I finally a lady just basically told me, she's like, I would just keep the phone. I mean, this is like coming from someone who worked there. They're like, we can't find it. Just keep the phone. And I'm like, okay. I mean, but I can't activate it, right? Because they don't have it in their system. It's very strange. So basically it was an extra useless phone. I guess somebody else could activate it. I don't know. I don't know how these things work. All I know is I needed an extra phone to do videos, and I had one. So that phone is an extra phone that has access to like all the social media things that I need. It can do videos and all that stuff, but it has one weird drawback, And that is what just happened. It goes out every day. Every time I go to use this thing, about 30 to 40 minutes into my video, it shuts off. Doesn't matter if it's charged, doesn't matter if it's not charged, doesn't matter if I go into the settings and tell it to not shut off. It does not matter. It is going to do it no matter what I do. So I just live with it. I just know that my video is going to shut off. It's part of the charm here at Lily Bean Designs. It's just one of our things. Laura's I'll call you my regular, right? You're one of my regulars. 45 to 48 is your magic number. That's hilarious. Okay, so I used to think it was 30 minutes, but I guess, like I always say, time flies when you're having fun. Time flies when you're painting. So to me, it felt like 30 minutes, but she's telling me it's 45, which is probably right. I'm sure it's right. But yeah, that's funny because it cuts off at the same time. It's weird. It's just one of those things, y'all. Welcome to craziness over here at Lily Bean Designs. Okay, our polka dotty bunnies are done. I'm going to do some accents on them. We do need to paint our letters, and we need to put our little bunny tails on. It's going to be so fun. I'm happy to be done with my sponge pouncer that is making a mess. Okay, in the file, we have letters that spell spring. We also, so each letter goes on here, so it spells spring. We also have bunny tails. Okay, so if you want to cut your bunny tails out of wood, that's part of your file. You can cut your bunny tails out of wood. I cut them out, but I'm actually not going to use them because I had a cute idea that I'm going to do. I'm going to use these cute, oh, sorry, I'm not on camera. These cute little pom-poms. I don't know what they are. Felt. What are these, y'all? Are they felt? I don't know. Good pom-poms you buy at Hobby Lobby, $2.49 for a pack. These are the 0.75 inch size. Okay, Linda, this is not draft board. It's 1/8 inch birch, but you could absolutely cut this from draft board if you wanted to. I use draft board all the time for the same types of projects. Okay, so my OCD is telling me that I have to put these letters in the correct order. Even though I'm just painting them, I'm not attaching them. Here's our token dog hair of the day. We also always have dog hair of the day over here on our videos because I have a dog. So there's always dog hair somewhere. Yes, it's a built-in alarm. It tells me how many minutes I've been online. You know what? That is so true. Because I always think, oh, this is going to be a quick video. This video is only going to take maybe, 20 minutes. No. A video that I think is going to be 20 minutes is going to take an hour and a half. I cannot paint any faster and talk at the same time. I'm going to go ahead and get rid of this plate. You know what? I might just go straight from the jar. I'm going to go straight from the white paint jar over here. You could, I was going to say you could use paint pens. I'm kind of thinking maybe I will use paint pens. You know what? I'm going to use paint pens because these letters are a little bit smaller than I thought, and I make a mess when I try to paint small letters with a paintbrush. I have paint everywhere, all over my hand. Where's my white? My new white Posca that I just opened. If I fix it, you'll think you're on the wrong page. Yes, you'll think I'm an imposter. If you go an entire hour and my camera hasn't cut off, you'll wonder what's wrong. This is my bad pen, y'all. Why? Okay, I'm throwing it out. I'm throwing out a Posca pen full of ink. You saw it here. I can't take it anymore. This is a crap pen. Okay, bye-bye, crappy Posca pen. But I opened one yesterday. Oh, here it is. Here it is. I have been putting that back in the thing for months. It just doesn't have good ink in it. It's all runny and watery. So yeah, you saw it here. I threw it away. It's full. I can't get any decent paint to come out of it. So bye-bye, crappy pen. I'm going to do 2 coats on here, so y'all bear with me while I paint boring old white for 2 coats. And then we get to do the fun accents. We're going to do some dots and squiggles, some accents, and then we can put our little piece together. It's going to be fun. Oh, hold up. My glue gun. I have an extension cord today, but I did not plug my glue gun in. So while I'm painting the white, I'm going to plug my glue gun in. And y'all get to see my ugly. Y'all know I have my cordless glue gun that's pretty and nice, but I'm gonna show you the for real ugly. Do you see? This is a real glue gun in the life of an actual real crafter. This is what they look like. They're covered in fuzz and nasty glue boogers and all kinds of grody things. I'm sorry, but that's just life, the life of a crafter, right? Yes, Jessica. Hey girl, you're so right. If you don't have paint all over your hands. I try to have nice nails, but I am glad that acrylic paint is easy to wash off. My hands are always dry because after I'm done with my live, I go and I take my dish sponge, which has got that scrubby side on it, and I try to scrub the paint off my hands. So my hands, I'm always having to put lotion on my hands. They're so dry in the winter. But it's this thing that I have about nails. Like at the beginning of the pandemic, when the nail salons closed, y'all, I was about to have a complete, my friend Michelle calls it a come apart, which I think is the most fabulous word for what it is, a complete come apart. I was about to have a come apart over my nails. I know that's a very first world problem in the middle of something that's much bigger than nails. But I was about to have a come apart. I could handle coloring my own hair, but I could not handle doing my own nails. Everybody was using those Color Street nails. And I was like, nope, I have really thin nails and I need powder. I need the powder dip. I cannot live without the powder dip. I was so glad when the nail salons opened back up, y'all. It's my high maintenance vice. And does anybody else tend to bite their nails if they don't have their nails done? I'm not a nail biter any other time. When I get my nails done, I don't bite my nails. But if I don't have nails, like, you know, they're not fake. They're my nails because at this point, they're going in that powder dip, you know? So they're not acrylic. They're not tips anymore. But if I don't have anything on them, any kind of like thick, you know, something thin, but my nails. And then they look worse. It's terrible. It's a nervous thing. Oh, you use a pumice stone, Jessica? Gets the paint off and it softens your hands? I did not know that. I did not know that about a pumice stone. I should probably know that at this point in my life, but I didn't. I'll have to try it. So is that gray hard? Is a pumice stone like a gray hard stone, or is it more like a soft thing? I don't think I have a pumice stone. I'll have to go get one. Oh, now the paint's flowing. Now I got some paint flowing out of here. If y'all see these sticking to the table, it's because when I stage my blank pictures for everybody, I put glue dots on the back of them to make things stick together temporarily so I can grab a picture of it. And so there were glue dots on the back of these letters. And I couldn't get it all off. So they're kind of like sticking to my table. Okay. All right. Now, I'm going to do this with a paintbrush. I was going to do it with a paint pen, but I'm going to do it with a paintbrush. I'm going to get a small, let me do a round tip. I'm going to do a round tip brush. Yeah, maybe this one. All right, we're going to do a round tip, small brush. It's so funny. I just was like, squirrel. I was like, my, it says burning. And I'm like, oh God, what's burning in my house? And I just realized it's my glue gun sitting right next to me. Lord. Okay, white. We are going to take, it's like what they use on your feet at the salon. I don't think they use that at my salon. I don't think they use pumice stones. They use that peeler thing. I'm not going to go into too much detail about that in case that grosses anybody out, but they use that potato peeler thing. It's kind of gross. That's what they do. Maybe they use a pumice stone and I just didn't notice it. All right, so I'm just doing some little accents, okay, with my white and my paintbrush. So see, just some little like boop, boop, boops, just to give it a little dimension and make it pop. So just a little tiny brush. And I'm just kind of making a little, almost like a C. Like barely a C, the letter C. And then we'll do black on here as well. And you just want to do it just kind of quick. I'm not an expert, that's for sure, but I do like some little accents on my projects. So I try to do what I can. I'll show y'all this up close in just a minute. Get very quiet when we're doing accents. Got to concentrate on those accent marks. Just kind of some going in one direction and others going in a different direction, just sort of random. Okay, very good. So then we'll do the same with some black. You can use paint pens if you prefer. I feel like a paint pen gives it too much of a very defined edge, and I'm not looking for a defined edge when I do accents. I'm looking for more of a subtle, like faded edge kind of deal. Do you know what I mean? So I may use a paint pen on my my other accents in just a minute. I'll show you what I mean. But for these little swoops, I'm using a paintbrush. You don't have to do this. This might not be your jam. And that is fine. Some people don't like to incorporate a lot of black in their spring projects. I think black makes things pop. You have to be very light-handed with this black. Very quick and very light-handed. Let me show y'all. Isn't that cute? It just really makes it pop. I'm kind of debating. I was going to do dots and squiggles on the outside edges, but I'm kind of debating a little bit not doing that because I think it might be too much now that I see these accents on here. I think if it were a bigger project like a door hanger, I would do it. But I think I might call it quits after this because sometimes you don't want to do too much, you know what I mean? And overdo something that I think it might look good the way it is. All right, let's see. So here are our little polka dotty accents. So if you look at it from a distance, do you see how it just gives it some dimension and some poppage? We'll call it poppage. All right, I'm gonna put everything together. Oh, my bunny tails. How could I forget bunny tails? The most fun part of the whole thing. And we have to put our letters on it, and then we'll put it all together. I'm skipping ahead of myself here, y'all. All right. You could probably just use whatever regular glue you're using for your letters instead of hot glue. But for some reason, I just felt the need to use hot glue for this part. I felt like my glue gun was calling my name. It hadn't had any love in a long time, my glue gun. It needed a little love. I see why Bob Ross, after a while, just started saying goofy things when he was doing his art. Because sometimes you just, you just start being goofy when you've been on camera for a while and you're trying to create things. Happy little accidents. And my glue gun needing love and attention. All right, this is not, get in here. There we go. I got a big blob on there. How cute are those? So stinking cute. I love it. Okay. Let me get this thing put together before my camera cuts off for a second time overhead. I've never had it do it twice, I don't think, in a video. We won't make today that day. We will wrap this up. Okay. Make sure I'm not missing any comments. Okay, there we go. Now, this probably needs a little bit of dry time. We're going to go ahead and I'm going to turn this around so y'all can see it on the front camera. And then I'll probably have to like lean this down a little bit. There we go. Okay, so our grass pieces. Hold on. That one fits in there. Like that. I got paint down inside of them and it's making it, don't get paint down inside your slots, guys, because it makes it a little bit harder to get your grass down in there if you've got globs of paint. Oh, you still can't see that on the camera. Here we go. Yeah, I got globs of paint down in here. I painted it. Do not do that. Ah, it's not dry. It's falling off. Hold on. Let me hold this on here for a second. There we go. All right. Can y'all see? Hold on. I promise you it fits down in here. I have a big glob of paint down in this end, and I can't get the bunny to go down in this one end. That is my problem. Ah, y'all, don't get paint down in your slots because it fit. I had it in here perfectly before I painted it. All right, let me hold it up so y'all can see it. I've got issues, y'all. Get in there. There we go. Okay, I can't get my bunny one down in there because I need to get a I need to get something, a safety pin or something. And I need to get that glue or paint out of there. But it does fit down in there. Let me hold this up here so y'all can see. I'll take a picture when I'm all done. Isn't that cute? I love it. So much fun. All right. Let me get this out of here so I can put my bunnies in. Okay. So you guys, this project, thank you, Nikki. Thanks, Sandra. So this project, you guys, like I said, this bonus is only available if you join today. After today, this bonus gets dropped. So make sure if you want this one that you go ahead and sign up for SVG Clubhouse today, and you get this one, and then you get all the rest of the bonuses, and not to mention all the files for February. So the link is in the video description. I'll be live again tomorrow to do that big project, the frame with all the interchangeable pieces. So make sure you tune in for that. And I will see you then. All right, guys. Thanks for joining me. Talk to you later. Bye.